transpose the numbers? How would he even do that?
Charles contends that Jimmy took the documents pertaining to the Rosella branch, and while Charles was indisposed, photocopied and doctored them. I wanted to tell you this in the spirit of full disclosure. I thought it was better if you heard it from me. If you have any reservations at this point, or if you are not comfortable staying with me, we can discuss options.
Hey guys, Kiwi here. In this video, I'll be discussing and breaking down the character Kim from Better Call Saul as we analyze what exactly might happen to her character in the future. Warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to Season 3, Episode 5, and let's jump right into this. Alright, so let's start out by breaking down the newest sneak peek for next week's episode, Chicanery. Excuse me if I pronounced that wrong, but pretty much the definition of the word is the use of trickery to achieve a political, financial, or legal purpose, which is in reference to Chuck. Now, we'll mainly be focusing on Kim in this video, but if you want to know more about Chuck and Jimmy, be sure to check out my other predictions video for 305, along with my reviews for episode 304 and 305 as well. Anyways, the sneak peek titled Full Disclosure starts out with Kim walking out from her winning case with Misa Verde. They congratulate her, thank her immensely, and invite her to dinner. This made me so happy for Kim, as I've really been hoping for this case to work out for her. Kim puts in so much work and gets screwed over so often. I really wanted her to succeed, and I didn't want Jimmy to screw her over. Sadly, that's exactly what happens as Kim admits the truth to them about what's been going on between Chuck and Jimmy. This is relevant because the files that Jimmy doctored were from Misa Verde, which complicates Kim's relationship with them because Kim has a workplace with Jimmy. This could help explain why Jimmy doesn't work with her anymore during the Breaking Bad timeline, but why he still has Francesca. I'm guessing that Kim will realize that Jimmy is just too hurtful for her career to keep him around, and they'll probably separate their offices, with Jimmy taking Francesca because he was the one that mainly hired her. Anyways, all of this is so horrible for Kim considering that Misa Verde was just congratulating on her, along with offering her tons of work in the future, but it just goes to show how unintentionally toxic Jimmy can really be. Honestly though, this is probably an equal combination of Jimmy screwing up along with Kim letting Jimmy into her life. If you've watched my review for episode 303, I go in depth into explaining the sunk cost fallacy and how it affects Kim. Kim has invested so much time and emotion into Jimmy, it's hard for her to not want to help him every chance that she has. Kim believes that she's making decisions based on her best interests, but in reality she's making decisions based on her emotions, which are honestly blinding her from her success. I honestly wish for Kim and Jimmy to live happily ever after in the future as a married couple or whatever, but sadly that doesn't seem to be the case. I can definitely see Kim giving herself an ultimatum later on in Season 3 or even Season 4, making the decision to leave Jimmy behind in order to further her career. Kim has tried to further her career with Jimmy so many times, but it always ends up biting her in the ass one way or another. Kim always has her nose in work, and it rarely ever pays off. She breaks her ass just to break even, and she is definitely one character that deserves to succeed more than anyone else in the show, at least in my opinion. She's also original to Better Call Saul, so whatever she's doing during the Breaking Bad timeline, it doesn't seem to closely involve Jimmy. Do they still end up being friends? I don't blame Jimmy for never mentioning the woman that he cares about to people like Walter White or Gus Fring, but will their official partnership, relationship, and friendship come to an end by the time Better Call Saul comes to a close? I'm truly starting to believe that Better Call Saul is the story about how Jimmy lost the two people that he cared about most in his life, Chuck and Kim, turning him into Saul Goodman for Breaking Bad. Now, I'm not saying that Kim or Chuck will die or anything. They could still turn out to be successful people in the future, but I'm unsure of how much affiliation they'll end up having with Jimmy in the future, if any. And if Chuck does end up dying alone, like how Jimmy said in episode 303, it'll truly be another sad addition to the story of Saul Goodman. Anyways, I'm really rooting for Kim to succeed in her career, and we'll just have to wait to see how she deals with Jimmy and if she'll continue to include him in his life in the future. Let me know how you guys feel about all of this down in the comments section below, along with leaving a like on the video if you enjoyed anything I've said today. Even consider subscribing for more Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad content in the near future, but regardless, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.